So the number one question that I got across both videos is, so after posting my first two filming myself in public videos, you guys had so many great questions. And considering that I'm not feeling well, I don't know if you can tell the difference in my voice, but coming back from New York City, it's not all of that surprising that I got sick from one of the millions of people that I passed by while I was there. But I figured since I am a little under the weather, this would be a perfect time to answer some of the most frequent questions that I got between those two videos and hopefully give you guys some clarity. So no running around, no chaos this week. I am legit going to curl myself up here. And since I won't be having any cereal this week, I found the perfect candle for a replacement. So I've got your guys' questions here. I am going through the top 10 most frequent questions that I got. So I'm gonna do my best to go over those questions and answer them as best as I can, while I can, and we will get back to filming myself in public next week. So grab a blankie, snuggle on up, and let's do this thing. So the number one question that I got across both videos is, are you afraid somebody is going to steal your camera? And my honest answer is, kinda. Like I mentioned in both videos, that is one of the major reasons that I pick less populated, less busy areas. For one, because I don't want somebody to knock my camera over. That's actually probably more of a realistic fear of mine rather than somebody actually taking my camera. I probably wouldn't film in places that are super, super busy unless I had a friend or somebody who was going to be with me that could essentially stand by my camera and make sure that it didn't get taken or knocked over. And that is why I like using the Pocket 3, because half the time somebody doesn't even know that it's there. You can put it up on shelves, you can attach it to certain things, which I'm going to get into the mounts and the accessories that I used here in a minute. This also seems like maybe an obvious point to make, but if I'm walking away from my camera, I'm essentially looking back at it or if anything, I might even be walking backwards just to make sure that I am always visually seeing the camera and I can make sure that it is safe and sound. Question number 2, has security or staff ever told you to stop filming? The answer is, so far, no. Because the Osmo Pocket 3 is so discreet, a lot of people don't even realize that I'm doing it, that I'm filming anything. Secondly, if I did see somebody or if I were worried that security or somebody was gonna come over and tell me to stop filming, I realistically would probably just stop filming or just not film around that person. My mindset around all of this, honestly, is kind of keep it low key, keep it quick, and keep it respectful. Question number 3 is, do you need permission to film in places like Target or an airport? I have always lived by ask for forgiveness rather than permission. That might not be the safest and or smartest way to go about things. In my mind, I feel like saying sorry for something you didn't know is better than maybe asking for something that you're not sure about and then being disappointed or, of course, being told no. That sucks. But I have always gone along the lines of it's just easier, better, and probably works out more in my favor most of the time to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. That's also another reason why I'm not making a big production out of this. I am taking small cameras, small pieces of equipment. If I am swapping out an accessory or doing anything, I am usually going to a discreet area to not draw attention to myself. The confidence in what you are doing and what you're filming, and then also just showing respect towards others, can go a long way. Question number 4 is, what DJI Pocket 3 settings are you using? I will put my settings up here on the screen from my previous video, and probably the only setting that doesn't really go into detail on the screen is my focus mode. Sometimes I'm going into continuous focus mode where it's like tracking moving subjects, or I am in a single focus mode, which is locking the focus on a still or, a specific object. Excuse me. Question number 5. Are you using an ND or a CPL filter indoors? I did in the Target video because I knew for one that I was going to start filming outside and then I was gonna go inside. For the airport, I did not, basically because I knew that I was gonna want a little bit of a wider shot, and the Osmo Pocket 3, when you get the creator combo, comes with a little wide angle lens that makes it just slightly wider than the lens that is on the actual camera. The ND filters that I use are these simple little guys from Newer. I will place those in the description below. Indoors isn't always super necessary to use an ND filter, but when I am traveling and I'm out, whether it's the snow or the beach, ND filters are an absolute must. Question number 6, what mounts, clamps, and tripods are you using? So I basically use 3 accessories when it comes to the Osmo Pocket 3. A magnetic mount, a clamp, and then a tripod. The magnetic mount is nice because you can obviously get cool angles, different angles, but you can also be at eye level and you don't have to have a tripod or anything on the ground. As long as it is something magnetic that you can stick the mount to, it's perfect. The clamp that I use is super simple and I cannot talk. And this is used for a lot of really fun angles, kind of like I showed you in the Target video of me walking underneath the cart. I clamp it to the front of it when I'm doing any of the front push motions with the cart. This can really be useful and, again, discreet if you are in a place that could be a cool shot, but you don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. And last but not least is the tripod. This does come in very handy, obviously, if let's say you want a walking down the street shot. I used this when I was in Mexico. I just stood the tripod right in the middle of the road. It was a non-driving road. It was just like a walking road down to the beach, and it worked perfectly. If you guys would like a dedicated video to these accessories and how I use them, please drop that in the comments below and I'll create that for you. Question number 7, how do you deal with people walking into your shot? Patience. Patience. This is also a good test of someone's patience. You must be patient for people to move. People aren't walking into your shot on purpose. They're walking into your shot because they have no idea that the camera is there. And this also goes back to the point that I made in my second video of giving yourself plenty of time. You have to be able to wait and you have to be willing to have patience with people because, again, they're not doing it on purpose. If they're walking in your shot, they probably have no idea that the camera is there. This is why you give yourself plenty of time so that you're not rushed, so you can patiently wait for those people to pass on by and then get your shot once they do. Number 8, do you blur people's faces or worry about privacy? I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail about this question because I realistically don't have a perfect answer for you. A short and sweet answer is, I try to be respectful. The goal is to not get anybody else on camera. The goal is to get myself on camera, filming myself doing this series. If other people get into my shot, that just is what it is. I will probably try and avoid using that part of the shot. Full transparency, I do realize that in the first video, I called out 2 people. I called out somebody who didn't realize that my camera was there, and I called out another gal. The point of calling her out was not to be disrespectful. The point of calling her out was more so to highlight the fact that people will stare. I have so many things going on in my mind of shots and have I done this and I gotta set this, and there's so many other things happening up here that I'm not thinking about capturing other people on camera. The short answer is I'm just trying to film myself and trying to be as respectful as I can to the others around me. Question number 9 is, how do you stop focus hunting on the Pocket 3? Again, this goes back to 2 different things. For one, in any of the videos that you see it kind of having trouble focusing, that was on me. And this is probably because I was rushing. I did not take the time to either set one of the focus modes, the continuous or the single, essentially did not give myself enough time. I also want to point out that you can always have your Mimo app going and then control the focus from there. And finally, question number 10, how do you plan your shots ahead of time? Whenever I am going to start prepping for filming my next video, I will usually just start a list in my notes app and just keep writing things down as they come to me. And then once I have everything together and all of my shot lists and everything written out, I will then go back and organize them into whether it's a talking head piece, whether these are all the B-roll shots, and then I will actually go back in and then organize the B-roll shots as far as what I'm gonna start with and what I'm gonna end with and what makes the most sense. I do have a whole other video that I will link in the comments below, and it is how I film my YouTube videos from start to finish. It goes into way more detail of the apps that I use, shot lists, the equipment that I use, how I organize everything, and all of that. So I will link that in the description below. And that's it. Thank you guys so much, truly, for all of the comments and the likes and everything on these filming myself in public videos. Seriously, you have been so amazing. It has been so fun. And I really, really do appreciate the questions and just everything, all of the support you guys have given me. If you liked this frequently asked questions video, let me know. Let me know if there are any other questions that I did not touch on, any other burning questions, and I will be back next week with another filming myself in public video. I will see you next time.